Like I said, my name's Oscar. I'm sorry I didn't catch your name. Beth. Nice to meet you, Beth. Just to be clear, I'm not with the schools at all. This is nothing you're required to get. I'm actually just a recent college grad from Minnesota. I'm doing this internship to help pay my way through school. The plan's to actually be debt-free by the end of the summer. That's actually my second week here in New York, and it's been a blast. Essentially, I get to sit down with all the families in the area and show some really cool educational websites, apps, and books. Uh, and in exchange, I get to. In exchange, I get to. I essentially get to help kids with their ABCs up through ACT and SAT prep, and in return, I gain skills, learn how to run a business, and get to help make a difference in the community. And it honestly doesn't even feel like I'm. It honestly doesn't even feel like I'm like a job. It just feels like I'm making a difference in the area. I've only been here for a couple weeks, and I've noticed that everybody is really big into their kids' education. When I was catching up with the Worley family, Miriam was telling me that it doesn't really matter what the kids want to do. She just wants to do whether the kids want to go to college, trade school, or just run their own business. She just wants to make sure the kids have every resource possible so they can go out there and do whatever they want to do in life. I'm not really a parent myself yet, but I always like to ask, why is it important to you that your kids get a good education? Awesome. You're really gonna love this stuff. So essentially what we have to offer is a system of books, websites, and apps, stuff to help the younger kids get really excited for school, help them save time with studying and schoolwork, and also stuff for the older kids to help them with college and college prep, and also getting ready for their ACTs and SATs. Also getting ready for the ACTs and SATs, But yeah, we're getting ready for their ACTs and SATs. Yeah, obviously it's nothing that you have to pick up, but you might know tons of the families that have bought this from me. Like the Johnsons, the Hendricksons, the Flavorsons, the Worleys, with Miss Miriam. She's actually one of the teachers over at Prep High, Yeah, and how do you know them? Cool. Oh, you go to church with them? Oh, you might know some of these families too. You might know the Jasons, the Craigsons, the Mathesons. Yeah. Yeah. But honestly, like I said, it's nothing that you have to get. But I've been doing this for a couple weeks, and I've come to find that it usually goes by quicker if I show everybody who's home. Did I happen to catch the kids and mom around? Stand up. Cool. Hey, my name is Oscar. I'm actually a recent college grad who's been sitting down with all the families in the area. Have you seen me on Facebook? No? Yeah, sure. Yeah, I was just talking to Dave here, and he was telling me all about. All about how cool the area is, and I just wanted to stop by. You might know some of the families that I've been talking to. There you go. The Worleys, the Moccasins, da da da. Yeah. I didn't catch your name. Was it Beth? Okay. And then mom, your name is Jenny, right? Okay, cool. Yeah. Well, honestly, I've been here for. Like I said, I've only been here for a couple days. I've only been here for a couple days, but it's been tons and tons and tons of fun. You might know some of the families that I've already talked to. Beth, do you like school? No? Awesome. That's completely normal. That's what this is for. It's actually meant to help you. It's actually meant to help you with school and make it quicker and easier versus like longer and harder, right? Yeah, Beth. What grade are you going into? Cool. Well, I'm not really an expert at like. Cool. Well, I'm not really an expert at like talking to people. Okay, stop. Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, awesome. Eighth grade. You might know some of these other eighth graders that have been using this year. That'll be using this year. You might know, Erica, and Erica Worley. Yeah, her family's gonna be using this. Jason, his kids play. Jason, he's on the basketball team. You play any sports at all? Soccer? Oh, I know a couple kids from the soccer team. Eighth grade, right? Check it out. Enric. Oh, I know Enric. Yeah, awesome. That's what this is for, right? Da 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 da. Names. Well, cool. Well, Beth, I want you to be. Okay, cool. Well, Beth, it's okay if I ask you a couple questions just to see if this would be a good fit for you. Mm. And just to see if this would be a good fit for you. Just to see if this would be a good fit for you. Yeah. Well, so you're going to eighth grade. How do you do in school? Are you like straight A's and B's and C's, alphabet soup? Like, what's it looking like? Straight A's? Awesome. That's amazing. I have tons of straight A families that have been picking this up. I take you in a lot of advanced classes then? Cool. Are you like looking to do any AP classes next year? You're going to eighth grade or you're going to ninth grade? Yeah, you're looking to do any AP classes next year, any honors classes? Cool. Okay. And how do you okay. And then what class would you say is like the easiest class for you to get A's in? Math. Awesome. Okay. And then what class would you say is like what class, even if it's really easy, would you say takes the most time to get the work done? Science? What is it about science? Is it like the concepts? Is it how it works? Like, what is it about science? Awesome. Cool. Well, awesome. Cool. Well, cool. Yeah. Okay. So it's just kind of like the experiments and like the lab reports and everything. Cool. Are you planning on taking like the ACT or SAT in a couple of years? Because I know at the school here they offer it in like 10th and 11th grade. Are you planning on taking it in? Yeah. Cool. It's actually a science section in the ACT where it's all about data analysis and reading graphs. So I'll give you a good look at that. I'll show you some of our leadership development stuff, and also show you some of our advantage stuff just to help you save time on school. Right? Okay, awesome. And okay, awesome. And awesome. Well, the idea behind our system is essentially to, okay, cool. Well, the idea behind our system is pretty simple. It's essentially to help help the younger kids get really excited for school, but also help the older kids save tons of time on all the studying and schoolwork to be able to have something that can help the kids at every level, so they can get ready for the next phases of school, right? What's unique about the system is it's designed by a national board of educators and professors and teachers that actually that actually help make the curriculum and everything that's used in all the schools nationwide, right? And so they're the ones that know exactly what's going to be studied from year to year. They're the ones that know exactly what concepts to cover. And so we actually put all the information that you're really going to need all together in one spot, and then get rid of all the other fluff that that doesn't really, it's not really relevant to the class. Cool. Well, Dave, Beth, Jenny, yeah. Okay, I'll go ahead and give all of y'all a really good look at the system, and you can let me know what you think. Honestly, if you like it, buy it. I'll help you order it, like, buy it. I'll help you order it like the Johnsons, the Worleys, the Miriams. You know, what everyone likes about the way I do business is, like, I'm literally a mobile bookstore. Like, I have the books in the car, right? But at the same time, I want all y'all to be brutally honest with me. If it's not something that you think would be useful, do not buy it. Sound good? Because the only favor I ask is, you know, since my job is to actually show 30 different families every day, and there's 25,000 people in this area, but there's only one of me. There's 25,000 people in the area, but there's only one of me. And my job this summer is just to meet all the families and give them a really good look at the system. And my job is to meet all the families and give them a really good look at the system. Since there's so many families and there's one of me, I'm not really able to stop by multiple times with any family. I just gotta, like, sign them up or cross them off, right? And so I ask every single family to give me a big yes, we want the books today, or a big no. Does that sound good? Cool. And same with you, Beth. Like I said, be brutally honest with me. You know, there's tons of kids going into 8th and 9th there's tons of kids in the area that go to prep high that are going to be using this year. You know, the Worleys, you know, there's Orley, there's Max Steepleton, there's Luke Combs, right? There's also tons of kids that probably aren't going to be using this next year. You know, and I didn't write the book, so you're not going to hurt my feelings. So honestly, just give me a big yes if you like it, or a big no, you know? I'm sure mom wouldn't like buying something for you. I'm sure mom and dad wouldn't like buying something for you if it's something that is going to be helpful and useful for you. But they just don't want to get something that's going to take up a lot of space and waste a bunch of time. Cool? Awesome. Okay, bet. Yeah. What we have here is a system of books, websites, and apps, right? I'll show you our Advantage system, because our Advantage system is super duper cool. Essentially, it covers everything from, like, first grade all the way up until graduation and a little bit into college, with math covering everything from, like, the basics, you know, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, ratios, fractions, decimals, stats, prob, geometry, trigonometry, algebra 2, calculus, just everything, right? Science covers biology, chemistry, earth science, space science, ecology, and even physics, right? Social studies and language arts covers history, government, economics, geography, grammar, writing, and literature. Topic source covers over 95 different topics for writing assignments assigned in middle school and high school, because kids in middle school and high school are constantly getting writing assignments, and it's like, in high school, right? And then honors is for the 10 most commonly assigned honors and AP courses for the kiddos, to help them get 5s on the test and hopefully go for college credit. I'll give you a good look at math, because math is the easiest subject to show, and you can let me know what you think about it, right? Yeah, but with math, right? So Beth, you know how sometimes you go to math class and you get 1 or 2 really easy examples, and then you get home from practice and it's like 8, 9, 10, and you get home from practice and it's like 6 problems, 7 problems, right? Yeah, you get home from practice and it's like 6 problems, 7 problems, and then you go get home from practice like 6, 7 p.m. and you have like 20 to 30 different problems to work on, right? Check this out. So, right? Have you ever noticed how the last couple problems are always just like way harder? Yeah, for sure. Okay, check this out. Yeah, for sure, check this out. With, yeah, you know, so right here, instead of one or two really easy examples, you get anywhere from like 5 to 15 different examples, all worked out step by step by step, from the easiest ones to the hardest ones. And if you're ever trying to find it in the book, you can literally just open the app, right? And the app is connected with the book, so you just Google search, so you just like search in the app exactly what you're looking for, right? So if you're looking for the distributive property, let's just type that in. You see how it actually gives you the page number and then tons of different videos? Let's tap this. You see how that video is exactly what's on this page? Isn't that awesome? Is that something that you think would be pretty useful? Yeah, cool. And when I was catching up with the Worley family, Carla was telling me that whenever Miriam would go to school and then get homework, and she was like frustrated about it, she'd come back home, right? And then Carla would be like, "Yeah, I got it. This is eighth grade math. I'm an accountant. I should be able to do this easy, no problem." But then she looks at the work and it's like, geez, the methods are so different. Everything has just changed since when I last do it. And I do math every day, right? Check it out. Right, like I'm sure you've, right. I'm sure you felt the same way, experienced the same thing, right? Check it out. So what we actually do is we recognize that a lot of the families are really trying to figure out what the Common Core method is and how it works. And a lot of parents are like clueless on how to actually help their kids, and it's scary for them. So what we actually do is we actually show both methods, both the way you learned it back in the day, but also the ways that the kids are learning it in class now. Because because a lot of times when kids are confused and parents are confused, they got to go to like YouTube or Google because there's nothing being sent home with the kids. So the kids got to go to, so the families got to go to like Google and try to find what they're looking for. And most of the time it looks similar, but it's not exactly what they learned in class. So they can't actually use it. Because nowadays, no matter how smart the kids are, they still got to show their work to get credit for their answers. And that's what this is for. It actually shows everything step by step by step by step. Is that something you think would be pretty helpful? Awesome. Okay, cool. And cool. My bad. Do you think that's something that you'd find useful? Okay. And then, mom, do you think that's something that Beth would use? Cool. And mom? What would you say is your favorite part about it? The fact that it makes it easier for you to help Beth, or the fact that it helped Beth be a lot more independent and help herself? Cool. And Beth, what do you like the most about it? The fact that it shows everything step by step by step, or the fact that it actually has, or like the fact that it actually has all the apps and websites that work together with this. You can get tons of practice and see tons of different problems and examples before test day. Awesome. Cool. Cool. Yeah. Well, uh, also, okay, cool. Well, check this out. Here's also what the CEA would look like. So the CEA is like our college entrance advantage, and it's really just helpful, right? It's helpful. It's made by the Princeton Review, which is the #1 ACT and SAT and just college prep company in the U.S. Right? In the U.S. Right? The whole idea is just to help the kids get ready for college if they want to go that route, right? And to help the kids if they want to go that route, right? I think that's it. Yeah. And then price build up, then close, and then yeah.